don't want to get in between this because I'm just going to be very, very practical here.
Why? Who's not being practical? Throw us a subscribe, a review, whatever you want. It helps
How many
out.
subscribers do we have now?
Let's keep that in-house. You would clearly enjoy the Biggie concert more than the Prince concert.
Easily. You'd walk out of the Prince show, you'd be like, I should have fucking picked him.
All right, we're going to talk about flip-flopping. We're going to talk about this kid Matt here.
What did I do?
You know what you
I'm a
did.
pillar of consistency.
This is a trash brand. Come on. You could do better. This is a Grizzly.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back once again to your favorite show on the planet. Yes, it is The Memo, and look at this. We have the three original hosts of the show coming at you for an episode. No Igal Harari this week.
Yep.
He's a busy man.
Come on. Don't say he's busy. Let's tell the people what happened. His 10-day contract expired. It was not picked up.
He
He's
gave
a free
it his
agent.
all. We have our G League affiliate. They're handling it. They're gonna, develop him a little bit.
Yeah, top shelf.
We're gonna develop him a little bit, and if he plays well down there, maybe you give him another 10-day. But nothing's guaranteed in this world. So thank you, Igal Harari.
You tried.
You tried. Your contributions were great. But in all seriousness, we are back. We're talking some NFL football as we always do, and we're gonna start off with the hometown report. We're gonna talk about a player who's the rumors of his decision-making are baffling to some. We'll talk about where we think he should end up and where he should go. And then we're going to do our weekly picks. We do not have a guest coming on the show this week, but we will have someone filling in for you fans. Last week, Brian Eckerly, I believe, what did he go, 3-1 or 4-0?
3-1.
Brian Eckerly went 3-1. Great record for the fans. We'll talk about the records later. I mean, we don't have to talk about them if we don't want to, because who needs to know?
Well, you two might not want to.
Who needs to know who does what? It's a game anyway. It doesn't matter. All right, so let's start off with our favorite team in the world. Some of our favorite teams. The New York Jets played on Thursday, so I think everyone knows at this point pretty much what happened. They got smoked by the Colts. I know in the end it was a little closer than it seemed, but I mean their defense gave up 500 yards for the second time in 3 weeks. Just could not stop the Colts at all. Mike White goes out. Josh Johnson comes in and he throws for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Rough game all around. I guess it was fun to watch the offense towards the second half, but if you guys have anything to say about that game before, and then we could talk a little bit about this upcoming week.
Mike White and Josh Johnson, the only two Jets quarterbacks to throw for 300 yards this year.
Yeah. It's a misleading stat. Wilson had like 298 or something. He basically had 300 yards. So, it's not as bad as it sounds. But, yeah, I mean, I think it shows that this offense can work if you just take what's given to you. And, Zach Wilson's got to – he's got to get a little check down.
Work if Zach Wilson's hurt.
Yeah. When Zach Wilson's not in the game, you can get a lot done.
Like that. Zach Wilson, listen, I think Mike White is the better quarterback right now, and he should be the starter until he's not good anymore.
Yeah, I mean, so they announced he's starting this week against the Bills. So we'll see how that goes. I think they're handling it properly. There's other guys in the locker room that want to win games, and to see you can't just be handing guys jobs when someone else is playing better in that spot. So they got to ride the hot hand for now. I'm assuming he'll sort of fall back down to earth at some point. The Bills would be in a time to do it, considering how good they are on defense. But we'll see.
The quarterback stuff is what's the highlight and what's fun to talk about, because there's this pseudo quarterback controversy that we all really know is not really a controversy, but it's interesting.
Well, I got another thing that I want to talk about on the Jets offense. Elijah Moore had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
7 receptions, like 91 yards or something like that. 2 touchdowns. He looked really good.
Yeah.
Even with Josh Johnson back there at QB. So, you want to see that him put together a few good games now.
Yeah, I started him in fantasy. Good 24 points on that Thursday night. That's always good going into the weekend. But, yeah, he's starting to look good the past few weeks. If you watch the the film of him in the earlier games, he was getting open a lot, but they also weren't really calling a lot of plays for him. Wilson was feeding it to Davis a lot. They weren't getting him open in space, giving him opportunity to make a play with the ball. But yeah, nice to see him starting to come alive. Michael Carter, I think he did okay. Nothing special, but yeah, I mean the story of the game here is, I think the defense, and like I said, giving up 500 yards for the second time in 3 weeks. Something, I don't know what's wrong over there. It just seems like
that's what I was gonna say. They've given up 40 points per game in their last 4 games. That's horrendous.
That is awful.
How do you even explain that? Like, what is the problem?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just we talk about inexperience all the time with this team. I don't want to keep using that excuse, but they are very young on defense. But even C.J. Mosley, he had his worst game of the year by far. I mean, he got absolutely demolished by Jonathan Taylor on a run, just stiff-armed into oblivion. The D-line did not play well. It didn't really get any pressure on Carson Wentz. They couldn't stop the run. It was a slaughtering of the defense. I don't know. I don't know what went wrong, but after Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator, he comes out after the Patriots game and says, I promise that's never happening again. They scored 54 points, 500 yards total offense, and then the Colts come out, score 45 points with 500 yards of total offense. It happened again. So you kept your promise for, a week or 2 weeks. But I don't know. I think they're missing Carl Lawson right now. They need an edge rusher, a good edge rusher, and another one besides him. Their linebackers are suspect. Their secondary now, Marcus May, torn Achilles, which that's devastating for him. Contract year on the franchise tag. That sucks. He's a good guy. I don't think the Jets were going to pay him, but now who is going to pay him? So you hope he figures something out there. But
he's fucked. He's completely
yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they play against Marcus May is 30.
Yeah, he was 24 when they drafted him, so he's old.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they play against the Bills now that their offense looks like it's been struggling for the last couple of weeks. Only put 6 points up against the Jaguars, and the week before against the Dolphins, they didn't exactly blow the doors off them either. So, you want to see them turn it around a little bit, even though the Bills' offense is very explosive, as we know.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I think they're going to get fucking shredded again.
Richard, what would you do if Mike White pulls out another victory?
First, I have to take a picture for our Instagram story. And I'm an idiot, and I just posted it with no context.
Well, what you would do is you'd shoot yourself in the head.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
Look, if Mike
White.
No one would be more angry than Richard.
Richard hates when the Jets win.
Yeah.
If Mike White plays well, all power.
Not what I signed up for.
It's not. It's not what anyone signed up for, right? I want him to suck so we could get over it. No, look, if he plays well, then then I'll give him all the credit. I've been giving him credit. It's just there are things about what he did that are exploitable by teams, and we'll see. I think the Bills are a team that can exploit it. They lead the league in takeaways. He should have had a pick last. He threw a terrible, terrible pass in the first quarter last week. He should have thrown a pick. Would have been a pick six. And then. And he gets hurt.
He should have thrown a pick here. He should have thrown a pick there. This guy stinks.
If he's no better than Zach Wilson, he wouldn't get hurt. So
that's fair. Hey, you know what?
That's a Zach Wilson move. No, I'm kidding.
So do you think Wilson's healthy and they just don't want to admit that they picked a bad quarterback?
I don't know. I think they do want to give him just an extra week to be safe. Maybe if it was like they were a good team and he was a proven player. Then they would bring him back, like if they had to win a game or something. I don't know though. I think you just take it slow with the knee. You don't fuck with it. Just let him sit, and then Mike White, he'll play bad eventually.
Probably.
Tom Brady plays bad sometimes.
Yeah, they're very, very similar players.
A lot of similarities. I don't know if anybody has mentioned that yet.
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard that once.
But it's out there.
Run-of-the-mill Jets hometown report.
Yeah.
Standard stuff here. What were you going to say, Rich?
Take a picture for the Instagram story because I'm bad at it. Yeah, so we'll see
a
what.
difficult test.
Don't fucking post a picture of me picking my nose either this time.
It's every week, dude. What do you want me to say?
But yeah, Alex.
I know I
you're
pick
right.
my nose a lot, but
Just,
give me a heads up.
Just we're trying to do a quick show today, so just like quick, we only have one topic in between this and the picks. But the Bills, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, we could talk a little bit about how it was like the weirdest week of football.
Yeah.
Upsets.
Guess we'll save that for after the Giants. So we'll see what Mike White does against the Bills this week. You know, look, I'm in the moment. I'll be fucking cheering my ass off if he's throwing 4 touchdowns again or whatever. But then after, I'll be like, through 2 yards of play.
Yeah, the thing with the Bills, that was so weird, dude. And like, we were watching it together, Rich, and every time it's actually crazy that Egal hit this bet. He bet on he bet on the Jaguars to win in the first quarter of the game.
Yeah.
And every time
Who bets on that?
Hey, dude, it was like 50 for like 300. And every time the Bills got the ball, I'd be like, all right, well, this is where they're going to come back. This is where they're going to come back. They never scored.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Josh Allen went off,
He did. How about that?
And not the Josh Allen y'all think.
He's a good player.
He is a great player.
Yeah, I think I took Bills minus 14.5 in our picks, and that obviously didn't hit. Yeah, I don't know. Weird game. 6-9 final score.
I mean, it's just insane that the Jaguars can get throttled by Geno Smith and the Seahawks and then beat the fucking Bills and hold them to 6 points. They only scored 9 points, but still, I mean, Urban.
No touchdowns in the game. Yeah, congratulations, Urban Meyer, his first win on American soil.
Yes,
which is nice
in the
to
NFL. Yeah. So, all right, let's move on.
Any given Sunday,
Move on here to the second of the hometown reports, and that is the New York Giants, who get a good win against a Raiders team
that is this team
in dismay. The Raiders, sadly, for one terrible reason, one idiotic reason, both idiotic reasons.
I watched the whole game. The Raiders. I was with Allison's family. They're Giants fans.
I see.
Yeah, sure.
Got to do it for the girlfriend. But
Alex
the Raiders.
Alex was in their living room going, "You put on the Giants Raiders game now."
Yeah. No. It was a pretty boring game. I mean, it was all right, but you can't go back to watching a single game after watching Red Zone.
Unless it's prime time, which are always lit for some reason.
I'm just sitting there watching commercials like, why are we doing this?
But anyway, fucking ruin everything.
Too early on in the relationship to be making a ruckus about that. But the Raiders looked like they were missing a downfield threat. Honestly, the field wasn't being expanded downfield. Like, I guess that's why. Did they sign Deshaun Jackson?
They did.
They officially just signed Deshaun Jackson, I guess, to take Ruggs' downfield threat, hit that role on the offense, and it looked like Carr was forcing the ball. The offense wasn't moving. They were getting some good blocking on some Josh Jacobs runs, but the Carr made some crucial mistakes, and they paid for it down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, Ruggs wasn't. It's not like he was, popping off every game and like the stud.
No, but
crazy good player. But just
played that role.
Yeah, and it's just his presence on the field. You have to respect his deep threat ability. And I thought he was having a pretty good year. And obviously everyone knows what happened there.
They brought up a stat like 80% of their plays that went 20 plus yards went to Henry Ruggs. So
yeah,
he wasn't crushing it, but he was that part of the offense that took the top off the defense.
Yeah, so this puts the Giants at what, 3-5 or 3-6?
3-6.
So they're 3-6.
It's just they're so up and down, this team. Like they look and it's not even like up. Like Alex said, there wasn't that much of like an impressive game by them, obviously, but it's like they'll look competent one week and then they'll look like the worst team in the league the next week. And like if that team that played the Raiders showed up against the Chiefs, I mean, they could have beaten the Chiefs, and that's not saying much because the Chiefs played like shit. But it's just like from week to week, whatever the game plan is or whatever, I guess guys are in and out of the lineup on offense with the injuries, but there's no level of consistency at all. And, we talk about the coaching every week with the Giants, and I don't even want to, I guess I shouldn't criticize in a win like this, but it's still like,
oh my God.
It
Even
feels
in
like
the
a win. It feels like they're winning in spite of the coaching.
We say this a lot, but Jason Garrett's play calling is really, really bad. There's no motion at all before the snap. They're running runs up the middle on 3rd and 15, 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's like no creativity at all. Even if it's a running play, other teams with good offenses, they put guys in motion, they pull blockers, they do cool shit. Jason Garrett is literally just handing the ball to Devontae Booker play after play. It's straight into the center's ass. And it's just, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah. What's it called? I mean, Daniel Jones threw for 110 yards, and they won the game. So the offense wasn't doing much. The defense is what finally, came through for them, which is what
it's been playing well.
Everyone, was wondering early on in the year after what they did last year, the second half of the season. Everyone was wondering, where is that defense? And maybe they're coming around. We'll see. You don't want to jump too far into conclusions here, but
they've put together a couple good performances.
They have a bye upcoming, so can't lose this week, as everyone always says. The same old joke about bye week. I don't know. I mean, this is what I don't get. Like, people start talking about them now, like, oh, they have a shot. Just like, no, they don't.
Who? Where do you get this
these
from?
fucking people
Nobody's
on the radio,
saying the Giants have a shot.
No, yo, listen.
They're not mathematically eliminated.
Listen to the dumb people on sports radio. Listen to go on Twitter, and it's not even.
It's New York sports radio. They have to say that.
No, but I mean, I guess there's nothing else you could say. But they talk about how pathetic the Jets are.
Well, okay, but that's because they are. They talk about the Giants and it's even worse that the Giants are where they are right now because they actually had expectations.
So why do people start all of a sudden, maybe they do this here, they run over there, and then they're in. It's the way it is.
They're probably like 2 games out of a playoff spot.
They are.
I mean, they're.
No, it's not. It's not that they're saying that they people are even more disappointed with the Giants than they are with the Jets because, like I said, people thought the Giants would be better than this. So when they mention that, they have a chance in this game or they could do something in this game, it's because people have expectations for them and they continuously disappoint. They shouldn't be. They should not have been 2-6. I mean, listen.
No, they should have. They should have beat the Falcons.
The roster should have been better.
Should have beat the Falcons. They should have beat the Chiefs. They should have beat fucking a lot of teams.
I'm just saying, coming into the year, you would have hoped. People had hope that they would be a little bit better than 3-6 at the bye.
No,
their schedule was tough, but I mean, after, like you said, the way they ended last season, they came out fucking awful this year. The defense is non-existent. I know the past 2 games maybe have been better, but I think that it's more just like frustration with underachieving than it is with thinking that they're going to make the playoffs.
No, I get what you're saying. I see blue checks on Twitter talking about they got a shot, and I think they should shut their fucking mouth.
Who?
A guy with two likes, 2 retweets.
No,
Richard's everybody's talking about
they're
it.
Blue checks. They're media.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know what? Screw you.
Present the evidence.
You know what? It's because you're the egg picture tweeting Giants can do this.
I do have several burners.
You do. All right.
But the truth is, they're probably a game or 2 games out of a playoff spot. The Falcons are
4-4.
Yeah, we got right. So you got the Falcons in a playoff spot right now. You got the Saints in a playoff spot right now. So it's kind of like that 7th playoff team opens the door for a lot of shitty teams to be thinking that they have a shot.
No, that's true. The 7th team in the NFC is going to be bad. It's the Falcons right now. The Saints are probably going to make it in the 2nd wild card. That 3rd wild card, it's like Falcons, Panthers, Vikings, Eagles, and Giants.
Seahawks.
Seahawks and Niners, right? And those teams are 3-5, and the Giants are 3-6. So basically, everybody except the Lions right now can fight their way to that 7th spot. I'm just looking.
I just think they have no shot. I mean, Russell Wilson's coming back. I think the Falcons are coming along a little. I think they have honestly the best shot of those teams.
I know. I like the Falcons. I'm not saying this is like we're not even talking right now about the Giants making the playoffs. That's so beyond stupid. But I'm just saying that NFC last spot is going to be a shitty team, and they're going to get annihilated by the Bucs.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, so that's my beautiful yawn for you guys. Okay, maybe next week. Well, not next week. The week after, we can see what the Giants do, and if they win again, then we could say they still won't make the playoffs. All right, let's move on here to what is now probably the biggest story in the NFL. Let me move
quickly off the glass.
Whoa! What is that?
This is not the biggest story in the NFL. We can pretend like it is.
Well, there's several big stories in the NFL, but
There's
right
a
now,
lot going on in the NFL.
well,
all of it's bad.
well, that's what I'm
The NFL is fucking like a Bravo TV show.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
look, no,
crazy.
there's a lot of stuff going on in the NFL that is like, off the field, terrible stuff. But we're talking about the football, the product on the field here. So let's talk about.
All right, quickly, Rodgers idiot.
Okay, that is fair. That is fair. Well, what the headline says is, where should Odell Beckham Jr. go?
That's what it says. Where should he go?
Where should he go? That's what I want to ask you.
The idiot Rodgers team.
Yeah.
We can combine the two stories.
Yeah, so I do think he should go to Green Bay. Okay, first of all, look, I get it. You went to LSU. Why would you ever go to New Orleans?
I think he's from there too.
He's from there. I don't care. If you want to.
I don't think he cares if you care.
I'm just saying, I don't care what the reason is, as in terms of evaluating where I think it would be best for him to end up, because I know what's best for Odell. Why would you go play with fucking?
I'm
Trevor
gonna
Siemian?
assume. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I could, it's wrong to assume. I don't think winning is the most important thing on Odell's mind.
Not about winning. It doesn't matter if he's the number one receiver. If Trevor Siemian's the fucking quarterback, they're gonna run the ball 100 times a game.
I think he just really wants out of Cleveland, and wherever he goes is just a bonus.
He should go to Green Bay because
He's probably like, fuck that cold shit.
Oh, I gotta fix
No, he wants to go there. Now, apparently, the Pats are making a huge push, which
And
is
he is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah, no, we
Let the guy go home with his family, Richard. Jesus Christ.
look.
been
If
fucking-
I want to
Cleveland
live
for
in New
3
Orleans
years.
too.
Yeah, me too. I'll play wide receiver. We could make the team, Alex. They got Traquan Smith and Marquez Scalloway.
Scalloway, Marcus
Scallowag.
Scallywag, yeah.
No, I see what you mean, though, Richard. If he goes to New Orleans, he's going to play another 2 years there and force his way out again.
It's just if your dad's his dad posted the video that Odell probably said make this video and post it of him getting open and not being thrown to or overthrown or all the bad throws. What's next? A movie of Trevor Siemian overthrowing him when he's wide open? He started with a YouTube video.
Trevor will put the ball where he needs
The
to.
best backup in the NFL.
Trevor will put the
according
ball
to
in the
you
numbers,
guys.
which is the numbers on the fucking field on the floor in
Is the
front of him
best
when he throws the ball in the dirt. He is no. Well, I think we know who the best backup in the NFL is now.
Mike White.
But
Was
is
that
he a
Wilson?
backup or is he a
There
starter?
you go.
I
Josh
feel like
Johnson
this
is the best
story is in
backup
a
the
weird.
NFL.
This story's in a weird place where we feel like, or at least, what's come of this is that if Odell goes somewhere with a shitty quarterback, he's not going to get the targets that he wants, so he's going to be unhappy. And if he goes somewhere with a good quarterback and a good team, like the Chiefs or the Packers, it's just going to be like, ugh, they just added another weapon that's filthy that they don't necessarily need.
I think the Packers, they don't need him, but they kind of do. I mean,
I guess they
like,
just lost
look,
Tunyon.
They lost Tunyon, and look, Lizard is a Hall of Famer player, Alan Lazard. But
Come on, enough with this guy, Lazard.
But what I'm actually going to say, in all seriousness, like outside of Adams, I mean, nobody really inspires any confidence aside from the running backs.
Yeah, that's true.
In terms of catching passes, like I think Lazard has 200 yards and Cobb has 200 yards, and then Adams is far and away the guy getting most of the yards through the air. So I think you add a guy like Odell, and you have a legit 1A, 1B, or 1 and 2. Whatever. If Odell's actually good, that's the whole thing. Is he actually good? And then especially in a conference where you have Tom Brady and the Bucs, who have this stacked offense. I mean, I think you would want to do all you can to match that and have as many weapons as you can yourself.
Right.
So that's my thought process there.
Right now, you're just talking about receivers. They also have Jones. They also have Dillon. So
yeah, I was saying
those four would also be pretty solid.
Exactly.
Pretty solid weapons for Rodgers, unvaxxed king.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's patient.
I don't know. I just think if there's a guy that, since if we're talking about Rodgers and people's mindsets and how they go about things, would that be a good match? Would that be a good match there? Odell and Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers could probably get the guy the fucking ball.
Yeah, they'd be fine. I think they'd be fine. I would say Aaron Rodgers with any top wide receiver in the league would probably be pretty good.
Yeah. No,
especially if you're doubling Devontae Adams on the other side or paying most of your attention.
I'm just bringing up hypotheticals. I think he should go there. I don't want him to go to the Chiefs because they're a whack team. That's really all.
What do you think about that? How do you think he fits in? You think he improves the offense with what's been going on there?
Yeah, I just think he,
is there a problem?
So
Weapons?
A wide receiver room of Tyreek Hill, Josh Gordon, and Odell is just to be a fly on the wall there,
Are you talking about the Packers or the Chiefs, Alex?
I'm talking about the Chiefs.
Oh,
yeah, that would be something.
No, I mean, I think Mahomes is just not playing well. I think he's just playing and they're just out of sync. I don't think adding Odell to a team that's already reeling and seems to have either an ego problem or a trust issue. I don't know if you want to add Mr. Ego trust issue himself.
That would be an interesting development. I kind of want to see it just for the chaos.
I think he's going to go to the Pats.
I don't get that either. Odell is
not?
Odell is only good because of one catch, Mike Melda said. Very true. Hasn't done shit since then.
Wait, why don't you understand the Pats going after Odell Beckham?
No, I understand them going after him. I don't understand why he would want to go there. It's like, look, I think Mac Jones can get him the ball better than Trevor Siemian, but they don't. That's not their offense. I don't think they're gonna start force feeding Odell Beckham.
What is their offense?
They also don't have receivers, so that could be why.
That's true. I mean, you disrespect Nelson Aguilar like that, you're gonna get hit.
Stop with the fucking name.
Jacoby Myers.
Stop with.
Sucks. He doesn't have a touchdown on the season. What the fuck are we talking about?
Kendrick Osborne, or is it Kendrick Bourne?
Kendrick Bourne. Yeah, I mean, come on.
I'm pretty sure he
don't have
actually doesn't.
What's it called? I guess that is a good point. They don't have any good receivers, so why would they throw the ball so much? But I don't know. I guess if they said they're in on him, I don't know. I just think it'd be weird to.
Bill wants him. Bill wants
This
is what Bill does. He does.
I guess Mac has that. I don't know. Mac kind of reminds me of Baker in that in terms of confidence, like that type of a guy. So you would have thought that they would have kind of
He's a dumb idiot.
Jacoby Myers.
Baker has swag.
He does not have a touchdown in his career. That's wild.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's 131 receptions. No touchdown.
He's not a terrible player. Okay.
But I think what you were saying is that why would Odell want to go to the
I think the best opportunity for numbers and winning is the Packers by far.
No, yeah, that's true. That's
Probably.
true. I think he'll end up there. I hope he does.
But apparently they're not offering him much money.
Yeah, maybe they don't even want
He just fucking signed a huge deal and cried his way out of it. Now you're gonna whine about money?
That's what these guys do. These athletes, they want everything.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if he wants money, then Jets.
I mean,
Look, if we're talking about quarterbacks getting guys the ball, I mean, you guys seem to be the biggest advocates in the world. Mike White is going to get you the ball. Just go to the New York Jets.
I think he'd retire. I think he would just straight up say,
he would sign the contract
Yeah.
and then be like, I'm retiring.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I don't know. It's interesting, though. It seems like the top three are the Pats, the Packers, and the Seahawks.
Seahawks, Chiefs.
The Chiefs, are they in it? I haven't heard much.
According to Twitter, it's the Pats, the Saints, Packers, and Seahawks. Saints, Packers, and Chiefs is what he boiled it down to. But apparently, I've also seen that the Patriots are making a late
teams. Yeah, I see that.
Late push. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen the Seahawks mentioned.
Well, they were early. They were early on that he wanted to go there, and then Pete Carroll was asked about it, and he just said, "You'll have to see," which is sus.
I mean, I feel like it's becoming clear that he's not exactly as sought after by everyone.
I think he's sought after.
I mean, he cleared waivers.
Yeah, but you did have to pay him the full.
I feel like
salary.
that always happens when veteran guys like that get on the waivers. They usually let him go through. But I don't know. I think he's sought after. I think it's just, if money's an issue, then that's when it becomes like, look, like we want to bring you in because you're talented and we want to give you a shot. Maybe they'll bring him in for just the rest of the year, make him prove it. But like if he's out there like expecting a team to give him multiple years or something, or give him big money just because
it's not happening.
He hasn't done shit in years. I'm sorry. Like I don't care. There's a video. You're getting wide open, but you've been hurt. You're injured now. His shoulder's injured. You haven't been great in like 3-4 years now. So you got.
How about Baker killing it without him? I mean,
Yeah.
I fought that for a while, that they're obviously not better without Odell, but it's kind of hard to deny at this point. The offense is just improving, looks a lot cleaner. So yeah, I mean, and that's like another thing on his resume where it's like, why are teams getting better without you? I don't know if he's worth the risk.
Yeah. That's why I think you go to the Packers. I think they're a well-coached team. They would know how to use them. They have, guys in there already that are established that are not going to, fucking take that type of shit. And, make it like an Antonio Brown situation. Like with Bruce Arians was like, look, if you fuck up, you're out of here. Like, that's it. Like, this is your shot. If you want to come in here and, like, prove yourself. Look, Antonio Brown got a deal out of it. He shut his mouth. He played well. Won a fucking Super Bowl, and now he's made more.
That was after he got kicked off 2 teams.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you just fucking buy in for the next 10 games or so, however many left for whoever you play for, then good things can happen.
We'll see if he can do that.
3 hours ago, Kim Jones tweeted that her and Dumb Rap Sheet, they're the sources. Indications are that he's going to take some time, and it's a few days away, his decision. So, he's milking it like all these other guys. J.J. Watt, I can't believe they let him go to Arizona. Like, fuck you. Nobody fucking cares. These guys. All right. You saw what Bruce Arians said?
He's like, yeah, we already got AB. We don't need OBJ. There's too many.
He said there's too many letters. It's funny. Like Santa Claus. All right. Are we moving on to our picks here?
TB12.
TB. LF7. That's the big one.
ME13.
Chris Godwin.
That's dangerously close.
Chris Godwin. That's a lot of letters too. Okay. And now, are we moving on to our picks?
I'm down.
Okay. And Matt Brodsky, would you like to tell us what the games of the week are, and then what's it called?
Yes. So quick rundown of our standings, where we're at right now. We are entering week 10. We are past the halfway point officially here with the 18-week season. Now, people want to know. I'm being asked every week, what are you guys doing if you lose? What's going to happen? What are the punishments? The answer to that is in typical Memo fashion. We just don't know yet. So we will get.
We decided on a few.
We will get. Yeah, but you want to reveal them all at the same time, like a professional podcast.
Okay.
So we'll keep those under wraps for now.
That's what we are.
Yeah, no, of course. By the book, everything by the book. So we're going to keep those on the rest for now. We're going to try, you know what? Let's try this week to get everything nailed down. And then we'll be able to make the announcement on Instagram or on our next episode. But as the current standings sit after 9 weeks, technically 8 because we skipped week 7, we have Igal in first at 17, 14, and 1. Me and the fans are tied at 16 and 16. Perfectly even. Alex is in fourth at 15 and 17, and Richard is in last at 0 and 32. Shockingly impressive when you think about it. No, Richard is 14 and 18 and in last place.
It's big. It's big stuff.
All right, so we've got 2 more game of the weeks for you here. We're going to start with the Browns and the Patriots. The Browns are going to New England to play the Pats in a game that surprisingly favors the Pats by 2 points. But we're obviously just picking game winners here, so who wants to start it out?
Richard does.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry, I'm writing the headline here, so people know what we're talking about.
What a cop-out.
Yeah, it's actually pathetic.
Okay, so Browns at Patriots, which is surprisingly, I think going into the season, you would think that these teams would be on polar opposites of the standings here, but they're both 5 and 4. What's it called? Not too far out of winning their division right now. Surprisingly for the Pats, I mean the Browns, I think everyone thought they would win the division, but both these teams are fighting for that division spot, and. Boy, do I not want to take the Patriots, but something inside of me is telling me to, but boy, do I not want to do it. I'm going to go against my gut like an idiot, and I'm going to pick the Browns.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. But is Nick Chubb playing?
He does have COVID, but there has not been an official ruling of him not playing.
God damn it.
Do you abide by Matt's mantra, #running backs don't matter?
Not when the backups.
What happened the last time? What happened the last time Nick Chubb didn't play? Fucking D'Ernest Johnson. No, they did not.
I know.
They won, and fucking D'Ernest Johnson ran for 148. So don't give me that shit, D'Ernest Johnson. He's better than Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb's your brother.
Not anymore. D'Ernest.
D'Ernest.
Kareem Hunt is also not being activated off the IR. So it would be the Johnson show.
Okay, so I'm just checking a few numbers here.
I think you made a pick already, Richard.
I'm picking the Browns. Fuck you, all right?
Okay.
Look, they're
Christ.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Browns.
Okay,
right,
Matt.
let's move along.
I think Miles.
Let's move along.
Miles Garrett is coming for Mac Jones' head.
That was my point that I was going to make. The Patriots' offensive line, although they did kind of invest some money into it in draft picks last offseason, they haven't been playing that great. And then, I don't know who's more at risk here. Is it Mac Jones or is it Miles Garrett's ankles? That's a legitimate question that needs to be asked. I mean, you might be better off not sacking Mac Jones these days for your long-term health.
Yeah.
That's right. Watch out for Kurt Angle.
Yeah. No, I expect Mac Jones to be on his ass a lot this game. Clowney and Garrett should be able to do the job. Also, I think the Browns defense is just too good. I think that they'll be able to control a rookie quarterback pretty well. Their secondary, last week you had Denzel Ward go 99 yards on a pick six. And low-key, Joe Burrow throws a lot of interceptions. I understand that. But I think Mac Jones is going to be in for a long day. I will take the Browns as well. And +2 is shocking. I will be placing some money on that game.
Yeah, if this wasn't our game of the week, I think I would take Browns +2 on the double down. But yeah, I'm sticking with the Browns. I think they're going to win.
You can only take it on the double down if it's a game of the week. So
yeah, you know what I meant. I would have taken it as my spread pick.
I was confused.
Also going to take the Browns.
Brown
for
out.
The same reason. that you guys said.
We got a brownout.
Yeah, Egal is on the Browns as well.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a brownout.
Last time we
Wow,
were all on
someone
the
must
same
have said that
team,
before.
the Rams got shitted on by the Titans, so we'll see.
Yeah. The Browns looked really good last week against your guys' favorite team, the Bengals.
They did. I think, like I said, Joe Burrow is kind of a little bit turnover prone, it seems. And the defense has gotten carved up in back-to-back weeks in Cincinnati, so I don't know what's going on there, but maybe they're just not that good. Anyway, we'll go now to the Sunday night game, which should be very interesting to see where both of these teams stack up after disappointing weeks for different reasons. The Chiefs go into Vegas to take on the Raiders. Alex, you can start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to
Huge
take the
implications
Raiders.
for the division as well.
Yep. I'm going to take the Raiders, even though they're coming off a loss to the Giants.
Wait, what was our game? What was the second game of the week?
Chiefs Raiders.
I thought
okay with you?
thought it was Packers Seahawks. Okay, go.
Yeah, so I'm taking the Raiders. although they're coming off loss to the Giants, this whole Chiefs thing is becoming less of a 1 week weird thing, and it's becoming a trend with them. They just constantly week in and week out look pretty bad. The Raiders' defense, not great against the run, but we know the Chiefs don't do that, so they're going to be looking to pass the ball. And I think their struggles will continue, and the Raiders win this one. They always seem to take a game from the Chiefs.
They do. I was going to say that. They usually do split. I don't know. I know, listen, we've gone on and on about the Chiefs a lot on this podcast throughout the year, rightfully so. I think everybody who talks sports will, tell you the same kind of things about the Chiefs. Something looks wrong. And I don't know that that's going to get corrected this week, like completely. I think that this is going to be a close game. It'll probably be pretty sloppy, judging on how the Raiders played last week. But I want to, the Chiefs beat the Packers, obviously, with Jordan Love. If Rodgers is there, I think they definitely would have lost. But I do think a lot of that had to do with the Packers defense playing very, very impressively. And they've been doing that for a couple of weeks now. I don't think that the Raiders defense is that good to that level. And one of these games, it might not last long, but I think, game to game, I think one of these games the Chiefs are just going to have to put everything together, really put up 40 points, look good, get everybody thinking they're back, only to probably disappoint again. That's just a complete hypothesis that I'm just imagining is likely in my own mind. So I'll be taking the Chiefs, and I will double down on that, the -2.5. So give me the Chiefs twice. I do think that this game will look a lot more like old than what we've been seeing, and I don't have any real reason for that.
So just to be clear, the -2.5 has to hit for both.
Correct.
Okay.
So if the Chiefs win by 1, I lose twice. Or 2.
Got it. Rit?
Yeah, I'm not gonna double down, but I'm taking the Chiefs as well. I think the Raiders are just in a tough spot right now. There's been a lot of stuff going on with that team the past 3 weeks. Just story after story, hit after hit on this team that is I feel like just emotionally and mentally taxing on these guys. And Ruggs, as we spoke about before, is a huge loss for their offense. And, I think it's going to take them a little bit to figure out, how to change up their scheme a little bit to, work without him there, because really that deep threat is important. I don't know if Deshaun Jackson is playing this week. I'm assuming he is, but I don't know if he's going to come in and fully fill that void that they need. And, I thought they looked pretty good running the ball last week, the Chiefs. It looked like they were leaning on it a little more, and the Raiders, they give up yards on the ground. They're bottom 10 run defense, I believe. So I could see the Chiefs leaning on the run a little bit, and I don't know if they're going to put up a 50 spot like the Chiefs of old, but I could see their offense having a pretty decent game this week, and it's a pretty big game for both teams. 5-4 Chiefs, Raiders 5-3. The division's still wide open for any of these teams. I mean, they're all so close, so I don't know. I feel like this is the type of game where the Raiders, they could really cement themselves and take that lead against them, and they kind of just always shit the bed. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
It's true. It's a good point. Egal is also taking the Raiders. I'll just get Egal's spread picks out of the way here too. He's taking the Rams -4 against San Francisco, and he's taking the Titans -3 at home against the Saints.
Okay.
Rams -4, Titans -3. I only have one pick here, so who wants to start?
So my first pick is going to be a team we spoke about before. Said they're playing a pretty well. I'm going to take the Falcons +9 in Dallas. I don't know. They're 4-4 now. They've been playing better as of late, and I feel like when they do lose games, they're never, except for that first week against the Eagles where they got smoked. I don't know.
What the fuck happened that game?
Yeah, it's either they're blowing a lead and losing on the field goal, or it's close and they just can't get it done. I don't know. And Dallas is coming off a really bad loss where their offense couldn't do anything. I don't think that's who Dallas is. I don't think they're gonna just start not being able to score points. But I could see the Falcons just taking in a game with them, and 9 points is a lot. So give me the Falcons +9 against Dallas.
Okay. I almost picked that one, but I wanted to double down. Alex, you go, and then I have one, and then I have one, and then we'll just.
Oh, because you did one already, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore -7.5 against Miami this Thursday. Baltimore sometimes takes a little bit to get revved up, but their offense always ends up putting up 34, 35 points every game. I don't think the Dolphins are going to do much to stop them. Yeah, give me the Ravens on Thursday night. I feel like the Dolphins are too inexperienced to put it together against a really good team on a short week.
Okay. Almost went with that one as well, so I'm glad I differed here from you guys. But I did make the same pick as Igal. I'm going Rams -4 at San Francisco. Weird game last Sunday night, Rams-Titans. I know, looking back on it, that line was 7.5 in the Rams' favor, which is obviously was way too big, given how legitimate of a team Tennessee seems to be. But I do think that game was a little fluky, given the plays that happened back to back in the first quarter. The Rams were basically down 14-0 before they even turned around with those 2 interceptions. And granted, Stafford did that, but I mean the season that he's having. Very unlike him, and I don't expect that to happen again. I think that they'll bounce back comfortably. And they're going up against the Niners team who is horrible. This team, they got fucking pounded by Colt McCoy, James Conner, and fucking Rondale Moore. These were the Niners. I mean, it was literally a preseason game for the Cardinals with who they had on offense, and it was 31-7 in the third quarter. The Niners defense is not anywhere close to what it has been the past couple of seasons. Their secondary especially, they still have the guys up front with Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and there's some other guy that I'm forgetting, but they still have that strong front seven, but there's nobody noteworthy in the secondary at all, and it shows when Colt McCoy is able to do that against you. Stafford's having an MVP-type season still, despite those 2 interceptions. I think that he will do great against this Niners defense. And, I mean, -4 points, I think that's a pretty light line for this game.
Yeah, I was looking at that one too. Damn, there's a lot of large spreads this week. You got 7.5, 9, 10.5, 12.5, 9, 9.5, 10.5. Jesus Christ. For my second pick.
Last week, too, and all the underdogs won.
Yeah. I'm going to go with – God damn it. I'm going to go with Chargers -3. At home against the Vikings. It's going to be an interesting game. Both these teams can't stop the run. Both these teams can't stop the pass. So, there should be opportunities there. But
can we just take the over?
Yeah, right. I don't know. The Vikings are in a weird spot right now, it seems. There's some drama going on over there as well. Apparently Mike Zimmer doesn't love football anymore. But, the Chargers coming off a pretty decent win. Where they did win by 3, but
yes.
Give me the Chargers here -3.
Okay,
cool. I am going to go with Cardinals -10.5 over Carolina. Cardinals at home, one of the best defenses in the NFL. Panthers just lost by 18 to the Patriots. They're probably going to Sam Darnold is injured. He's not going to start against the Cardinals. It's going to be P.J. Walker. I think the Cardinals' defense will be a little bit different than what he was seeing over in the XFL or CFL, whichever one that was. I think the Panthers' offense was already struggling mightily before Sam Darnold's injury, and it's not like Sam Darnold was playing well. He was actually playing pretty horrible. So this change was incoming anyway. But PJ Walker's going to struggle big time against the Cardinals, and I think they're going to blow out the Panthers.
Okay, what was the line on that one?
10.5
Where is it?
in Arizona.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that's good. No idea what to expect from PJ Walker. I know Richard likes him, but
He's elite.
guy's got some accuracy issues from what he's shown. There you have it. Okay, so we've got all of our picks saved. We got a lot of differences this week, which is nice to see. 2-2 on each of the game of the weeks.
Yep.
That's not true. We all picked the Browns and we went over that. But aside from that, I was just looking at it. And I was like, wait a minute. But cool. So listen, all of us are very close in the standings right now. There is a 3-game difference separating last from first. That's what you want.
Yeah. It's like the AFC West. Anyone can win at any time.
Yeah, and you're the Broncos.
I was gonna say I'm the Broncos. Alex is the Chiefs. Matt's not in the division. He's the Jets.
Alex is the Chiefs. Did he win last year?
No, he lost in the Super Bowl.
Did the Chiefs win last year?
Well, I think Alex did win last year. I didn't win, did I?
Oh, did Alex win? I know I lost.
I don't even remember.
All right.
There you have it. We will try to get those punishments done this week.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know.
We have 2 of them set in stone already, which we'll reveal at the right time. But we just need to work on.
Now's not the right time. Okay.
No, we'll get it.
All right. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week on the memo. Maybe we'll ask you some ideas for some punishments.
Could work.